Hey guys, another update. So I wanted this one to be specifically about multiple sclerosis and how I've been handling it and what kinds of things have been happening to me. This is only to document my own exploration and journey into this whole kind of way of life. So obviously, if you have any suggestions or ideas or comments or whatever, please let me know. And yeah, let's get started. So about tomorrow, it'll be 5 months where I stumbled into the hospital, and I spent 5 days there, and I ended up getting diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. I had no idea what was going on, and I was scared, and I thought it had something to do with my sleeve, but not really. I knew it didn't have anything to do with my sleeve. It's just I didn't know what was going on with me, and so now I know. And I did make a few notes because I forget everything. Um, yeah. So after I got diagnosed, I got pummeled with brochures and booklets and websites and go to the support group on this day and look at this Facebook group and take this drug, this injection, and go to the insurance over here. And I was just completely overwhelmed. Uh, how can you go one day feeling fine, feeling completely fine, and literally the next day everything changes and you're not? And I didn't have insurance. I still don't have insurance. And just all sorts of happiness going on, and I didn't know what to do. I went to a support group. Uh, it was probably about 3 weeks to a month after I got diagnosed, and I was a wreck. I didn't know what to expect because, MS comes in all kinds of different forms, and people have all different kinds of level of craptasticness with it, and I didn't know what I was going to see, and I don't know if I could have handled seeing people in like wheelchairs and canes and how old they would be, and I didn't know. And so when I went there, I saw they were all older people than myself. They were 50s pretty much and up. There might have been maybe somebody in their late 40s, but mainly everybody and up. There was one person who didn't take medicine for it, and then mostly everybody else did take medicine for it. One person was in a wheelchair. I take that back. I think two people were in a wheelchair because one of them came late, and another one was walking pretty with great difficulty with a cane and a support person. And I was already a wreck, and I was so incredibly proud and inspired by them for just, I mean, getting up and doing it and coming to the meeting and being a great support to me. They were super nice, and they pretty much asked me my name. You know how you just go around in the circle like, hey, what's your name? I pretty much said my name and just started bawling. It was really, really difficult. But they were nothing but nice and supportive and caring. And then right around that time, the holidays happened, so there wasn't any other meetings. And then they canceled another meeting or two since then because there wasn't enough attendance or conflict of schedule or something like that. So I haven't been able to go back. I would like to do that when it's open and available to me, but I don't know when that will be. So after I had the steroids from the hospital, I slowly started to feel a little bit better. Not 100% like I had mentioned before, and I haven't been 100% since my episode. It's a lot better though, so that's good. The one thing that kind of shook me up was an incident that happened right before Thanksgiving, like right before Thanksgiving, like the day before Thanksgiving, something like that. I had been making some cinnamon rolls for my sister to bring over to her house. They're just those like You know how you get them out of like the Pillsbury can, you just pop it and bake it up real quick and all that stuff. And because I'm not a cook, I try real hard, but I'm not. And I wanted to make something nice for her, and I think I burnt it a little bit anyway. But I tried, okay? I burnt the first batch. I had to throw those away. I know that. But anyway, I was bound and determined that I was going to get her something for Thanksgiving, and so I settled on the cinnamon rolls. Well, I put them in a pan, whatever, and I'm walking out the door, and at the last second, I turn around and I decide to put a cover over it because I'm thinking, that's what adults do. They put covers over food and make it presentable, and so it can be blah blah blah. And I'm an adult now, so I'll put a cover over it. I never put a cover over anything. Like, I mean, maybe like some aluminum foil, maybe if I'm feeling fancy. But I mean, she lives like, I don't know, like 7 blocks from me or something, and it was going to be my car. But my luck would be it would fall or I would hit the brakes and it'd go flying. So, to save my car and to be an adult, I put a cover on it. One of those plastic clippy thingies with a handle. Well, anyway, everything's great. I'm walking out the door, and I'm going up the steps to the outside because when you walk out my door, you go down this weird like step, and there's a flat step, like 2 steps that you can take on it, and then there's like 4 steps up, and then at the very very end there's this tiny little ledge of a step. It's not a full step. It's like a slanty half step. I don't know why it's like that. I think it's just because it's part of the parking lot, and so I think it was just the slant of the parking lot that made that step. I'm not sure, but everything's going great. I have my little cupcake tray of awesome, or I mean cinnamon roll, and I'm walking out to my car and I'm lifting up my foot, and my foot catches that ledge, that little tiny little half step, and come here, lay down. Thank you. Stay. It catches it, and to anybody else on the planet, it's one of those like it would have been one of those things where you kind of trip and you look around and be like, oh, ha, ha, nobody saw that, okay, and you just keep going, right? Well, that's what would have happened to a regular person. For me, it didn't happen. I started to feel myself fall, and you know how like you do that like that little shuffle with your feet to try to like catch yourself. Well, I felt myself catching, but the parking lot. So you got the slanty anyway, and then when you're coming out, it goes uphill. So my legs didn't have enough room to catch myself. A normal person would have been able to catch themselves. Me, not so much. It's going uphill, and I don't have enough room to get there quick enough. It's not happening. And so I'm like, oh my God. It's at that moment. I'm going to fall. Nothing I can do. So, okay, fine. I know I can't catch myself with one hand, so I'm going to have to say goodbye to these beautiful cinnamon rolls and toss them and catch them myself with both of my hands. That was my plan. So I toss the friggin' cinnamon rolls, and I'm coming down, and I go to brace myself with my hands, and for a split nanosecond it held. Just like, like when you fall down at the skating rink or something, or you trip somewhere. First you fall on your knees, and then you brace yourself with your hands, and you're fine. You're just like, oh, haha, sucks to be me, and you stand back up. That's what I thought was going to happen. Not so much. So my hands catch me for a nanosecond, and then I felt like my arms just kind of went away. Like they became like noodles, and it just went, and it popped right out. Just they were like this, and then they decided, nope, not so much. That has never happened to me ever. And in that moment, I understood what the muscle weakness from multiple sclerosis was. I hadn't experienced that sensation before, and it's incredibly hard to explain, but it was like I had it and then it was gone. Like it's ugh. Anyways, so now I'm falling face first into the concrete, like right now on an angle in my face. Well, it just so happened that the cinnamon rolls with the cover happened to be right under my head. So instead of bashing into the concrete, I bashed into the lid of the cover, and like it just like it went whack, and it bounced right off, and it bounced a few times on the cover to the cinnamon rolls. So thank God for the cinnamon rolls. Thank God for the cover, because otherwise I would have smashed my head into some cinnamon rolls and like the pan, and who knows what that would have done. But so I was saved by cinnamon rolls and a cover, which was interesting. But then I just kind of sat there in the parking lot and couldn't get up. It was like I was kind of winded and I was embarrassed. And it's dark 30 and I'm in between like two cars and nobody can really see me anyway unless they're like looking out their window. But I'm just kind of sitting there and there's this moment where I just want to start crying. Like, is this my life right now? Did I really just fall over a tiny little step and not be able to catch myself? Am I really having a hard time? Like, I'm planning how I might be able to turn over and stand up. Am I going to be able to stand up? I don't know. And I got kind of emotional there for a hot second. But I'm like, no, I'm getting up. Gotta go. And then I just went and I was able to get up and I went and I gave my cinnamon rolls to my sister and it was fine and I moved on. But it really, really rattled me. Because for the first time, my body wasn't as strong as it used to be. It wasn't in complete control. I wasn't in complete control anymore, and that really, really scared me. But since then, knock on wood. I mean, if you got wood, you better be knocking on it right now. I mean, save me here, okay? I'm a klutz. So far, no other incidences have happened to that degree. And in reality, that's not really a big deal. So you trip and fall, get over it, boo-boo, like, move on. But it's led me to be more mindful of my actions and what I can and can't do so far. I have opted to not take any form of medication at the moment. I've mentioned that briefly in some of my other videos. The reason behind that, there's a few of them. One of them is obviously insurance purposes and cost. It's a lot of money for, to me, in my research, in my view, just me so far, and this could change in the future. It seems like a lot of money and a lot of effort and a lot of pain and a lot of side effects for a potential maybe it might be able to help you a little bit, maybe. And we don't know why. We don't know how it works, and it might not work forever, and you might get immune, but maybe it might help you. I'm not going to say that I don't struggle with the idea of not taking it, but right now I don't think it's right for me yet. I have focused on alternative ways of treating it, and it's not even alternative ways of treating it, it's just a different strategy of looking at it. Some of you guys have probably heard of the Swank research and the Wall research regarding diet and nutrition and fat content and how it plays a part in all the brain stuff. I don't know. I have looked into it, and I think, I mean, regardless of if I'm taking medicine or not, I think the best thing that you can do to prevent more badness is to be as healthy as you can. So that's why I have started looking into more healthier food, and I've been eyeballing the vegetarian/vegan lifestyle. I know I'm not ever going to probably be a vegan. It's just not something that I want to do. I would probably consider myself going towards more of like a whole food, plant-based kind of lifestyle where I still have meat, but not all of the time. And like, I'll be selective about it because it has to reach a certain standard and it has to have a certain amount of fat and protein and all of that stuff. So I was lucky enough to be able to go to a vegetarian/vegan Super Bowl party the other night and met some really great folks who are really into the whole vegetarian vegan lifestyle, and they were super helpful in helping me to explore some new dishes, and I'm excited to get to know them better and hopefully to be able to pick their brains for some more recipes that I can adapt to my own needs. And so I'm happy that I've been able to meet some people around here that don't think I'm crazy, so that's cool. in tandem with that, I have just recently been checking out more like cooking books, vegetarian books, to kind of look for recipes and stuff like that. Because I don't know half of the fruits and vegetables out there in the world. No, I don't know what things taste like. I don't know which spices are what, and why is it that all the spices I try kind of taste exactly the same when you mix them all together? It's like, what? Like, this doesn't taste any different than this over here. But I've also been checking out some more books about MS. I'm trying to delve slightly deeper into that. It's hard because a lot of people that I see talk on YouTube, a lot of the people I see talk on the organizations and in all the pamphlets and in all the books, they're so negative, and they talk so negatively about pain and about depression and about mourning over who you used to be and all of this terrible stuff. And I know that I am just a baby to this world, and I know right now my symptoms are not near as bad as they could be or probably will be. I know that. And I know I'm very, very thankful and I'm very, very blessed in this moment in time uh, to be where I am. That's not lost on me at all. And I applaud those people who are making it happen every day despite their crazy, massive pain, despite their feelings of isolation, and despite their mourning for who they used to be. And I salute you. That is amazing. But it's also very, very disheartening to a newbie like me who knows nothing, and it feels like, and I know it's reality, I know that this is a potential, and this is more than likely a probable, uh, and I'm not trying to fly in the face of that. It is disheartening for a newbie who's trying to figure stuff out and trying to be hopeful and trying to do the best that they can. It's hard when you see all of this negative content, whether it's reality or not. It's hard. Um, I don't know where I was going with that. But, so it was good to meet some nice people, show me some of that. Moving on. So, outside of the looking at my nutrition and trying to be at least a little bit cognizant of it and at least a little bit cognizant of where I'm going, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about books and researching it more. I do want to dip my toe more into that further and get more educated on the sciencey stuff and like the technical like stuff. I think I'm ready for that now. It's just gonna be, I know, I can tell myself it's gonna be a slow, gradual kind of process of digestion of the information. So outside of the book smarts, getting there, I'm trying to obviously get my body more active too. I feel like, if nothing else, muscle memory and how to do stuff and walking and pushing myself and not exerting myself like a ton, but trying my best to stay active. And even when it hurts, and it does hurt, and that's why I appreciate those people whose pain level is so much more than mine, because like I said, I'm only 5 months out from this whole thing, and there's days when I feel like my entire body has been put into a dryer and just on spin, and it's like bruises on the inside everywhere, and it hurts, and I know that that's low compared to other people by far, and it's scary to think like that, but it hurts this bad now. I can only imagine what they must be going through. That's a lot, but those days that I'm feeling the worst, I try extra hard to move, to try just a little bit of movement, or take a bath or something nice to myself. And that, I mean, that even includes, where to go. Where'd you go? I just had you. I was literally just playing with you for the last 20 minutes. Seriously? Awesome. Let's do that. Oh, found it. So exercise, moving your body. Another part that I have come into is lack of muscle strength. My legs are a lot weaker. So when I'm in roller derby again Not awesome yet by any means, but I'm still in roller derby. The problem comes in is that when I fall down on the rink, I am incapable of standing back up. Period. That kind of puts a hamper on, playing the game at all. Just saying. So, I don't know how I'm going to do that or get around it. But so far, it's been a really big motivator to not fall down because I don't have the strength to get back up. Also, I bought this little grippy thingy because my grip is incredibly weak now, like ridiculously weak, and I drop things a lot more than I used to. I used to be a klutz anyway, but even more so. I don't play with this near as much as I should, but it makes me feel better knowing that I have it, and when I get really, really bored, I can play with it. So I've even been toying taking this to school with me and just playing with it while I teach, but it might be kind of a distraction, so I don't know. Also talking about teaching, I know a lot of people have different kinds of issues with their vision and their eyesight. Well, maybe not the eyesight, but their vision when they have MS. For me, the lights at my school, I don't know if it's just this particular, I think so, like the particular wavelength, what's it called? Is it the fluorescent lights? Is that what it's called? I think so. Anyway, those lights at school, so when I'm at school and I'm there all day long, I have to wear shades because, like, I'll be in the schoolroom for probably about 5 minutes or something. Lay down. And I already have a headache, and it starts to affect my whole body. I'll be perfectly fine, and then I'll go into Walmart for, like, more than 20 minutes, or Bimart or Safeway. Safeway's not so bad, but Bimart and Walmart are pretty bad. You go in there, and it's a wreck. Like, you don't feel good, like, right now. So that's different. Really bad headaches. Not terrible migraines or nothing, but definitely something that you notice. Another thing that I've been struggling with is when I'm not feeling well, like when I've been in the lights for a long time and it's starting to affect me, I have a hard time getting out my words, and when I do this weird stutter thing. It's not like a kind of thing, it's just like, it's like I'm chewing the words. It takes me a really long time to get out my words. That's kind of like how it is sometimes, which is obnoxious. So that's been interesting. Luckily, all of my colleagues and my employers and my family, like what they know and what they understand, they've been really supportive, and I'm incredibly lucky, and my friends, to have them in my life. And again, I have no idea where this journey is going to take me or how much I will progress in this disease in my lifetime, which is scary. It's terrifying, not knowing where you'll be. Like, you can make all these plans of awesomeness, but not knowing if you'll ever be able to do them. It's kind of messy with you a little bit. So I think one of my immediate goals is to try to move my body more quickly, because that's like my kryptonite. If I can't move like my feet that quickly. But there's always 5Ks and stuff. And I know that in a few months, I think it's July or August or something, April? I don't know. One of those months, they have an MS walk or jog or 5K or something in a town that's a few hours from me that I think I would kind of like to participate in. But I want to go at a decent clip. I'm not talking sprinting by any means, but definitely something that's a little bit more than a shuffle. So I might start pushing myself a little bit in that regard. I haven't made up my mind about that. But other than that, life has been going pretty good. I have nothing to complain about at all when it comes to my MS. I feel like things are going really well. I'm knocking on all kinds of wood. And I'm just really thankful that things haven't gone too terrible bad yet at the moment. And I am just trying my best. So, as always, if you have any kind of suggestions, or you know somebody who would like to share with me or our space here, please feel free. I'm sorry that this video was incredibly long, and I doubt you guys even stuck around to the end. If you did, say warrior in the comments, or whatever. Say the word warrior, because that's what all MS people are, right? Warriors. Okay, so love you guys, and I will talk to you later, Gator. Bye.